I had several conversations a few months ago with a man in Northern Europe who was coming into the truth and coming out from a focus that he had on all of the conspiracy theories. He made a reference to me of a red pill and a blue pill. I am so out of touch with pop culture that I did not even know what he was talking about. He explained them to me and recommended to me to watch the movie The Matrix. I shared with him that I had no interest in Hollywood's movies because I do not. All they are is distractions, and they're Satan's work anyway. I know where the source for all truth is, so this is where my focus is. As our discussions continued, I witnessed that this man was not really leaving his focus on the conspiracy theories. He was still held back by them. And then he started questioning our Creator's righteous judgment, and now he has gone from the truth that he was being called to. The spirit that was calling him departed from him. He wrote me the other day to tell me how his studies have revealed to him that I am sorely deceived, and how that the stories of the Messiah are all fabricated even, etc. He's involved in all sorts of crazy beliefs. Skimmed over him, but pretty whacked out stuff. It is amazing how quickly people can depart from the truth that is being given to them if their eyes are not single. This is also sad because our Creator allowed for him to see some truth as he was calling him, and this man received it with joy, yet he could not let go of his focus on the conspiracy theories of man and all of man's crazy manipulations to the truth and all of Satan's distractions. He proved to be of the seed that fell among the thorns. He sprung up, but was choked out by the thorns because he would not leave the thorns. I speak of this today because reflecting back on our conversation of the red and blue pill led me to this subject. I had to go to Wikipedia this morning to refresh my memory that the red pill was a symbol of the painful reality of truth, and the blue pill was a symbol of blissful ignorance of illusion. When I went to Wikipedia, I read that the main character of the movie The Matrix was offered a red pill that would lead to his escape from the Matrix, which was some computer-generated world. And he was also offered a blue pill that would allow him to stay in this Matrix and be unaware that anything was wrong and live in ignorance. What I found that was really interesting when I went to Wikipedia was I found that the terminology "how deep the rabbit holes are" was found in this movie. This was interesting because I had no knowledge of this terminology in this movie when I posted a video pleading with this man and others like him to stop looking down all of the rabbit trails a couple months ago when I seen that he was fast sliding down the slippery slope. My plea did not work, and he and many others like him continue to look down the rabbit trails for knowledge of them, and they are deep into the rabbit holes and distractions from the truth that would set them free. In my brief review of this movie for today's video, I found the culprit as to why the thought process that is portrayed in this movie has led so many astray. So many people calling themselves truthers out there. In this movie, taking the red pill allows the recipient to see all of the dark recesses of the rabbit hole. This is opposite of how coming out of Satan's matrix really works. The one who desires the real truth that sets us free is not interested in the deep recesses of darkness. They are interested in the light and focused on the light. The one who is focused on the real truth is focused on becoming our Creator's righteousness and being found in His favor. The one who is focused on the real truth is focused on living in the light and learning all about the light, and they have no time to focus on the darkness that they have left. They are not even looking back in their rearview mirror. In this brief review, I found that it turns out that Satan inspired the producers of this movie to produce one of his counterfeits of truth that sets us free into a movie. He had his servants put one of his mini cubes into a movie. He often does. In order to understand, first you have to understand what Satan's matrix is. It is not some computer-generated prison like this movie portrays, but it is a prison. He always mixes in part truth like he did in this movie because he is full of ego and he likes to mock the truth. His matrix or his prison is not just one matrix. I use the term cube because Satan likes to use cubes in mocking our Creator's use of this symbolism, so I will mock him back a little with the same. From what I read, there are like 20 or 26 cubes in the Rubik's Cube. With Satan's matrix, there are many more cubes than this. There are billions of cubes. Yet they serve the same purpose as the Rubik's Cube. They distract our time. In Satan's matrix, you can pass from one cube to another, or even form your own larger matrix of cubes within your prison camp. These are custom designed matrices that are designed with Satan's help within individuals' minds, that are formed from his multiple selection of cubes. Kind of like a smorgasbord of cubes. Pick and choose what fits your design. Satan's cubes are different networks of false truths and distractions that I have referred to in these videos as rabbit trails or distractions to the truth. The individual cubes have varying characteristics, but they all have one thing in common. They take our eyes away from the truth that sets us free. And they are all tied together by being part of Satan's prison system. There is only one key to the gate out of this prison. It is the truth. This is the same truth that Yeshua became, just as we must follow him and become it if we are to be set free. There are many in the world today who call themselves truthers, who spend their time in all of the rabbit holes examining the conspiracy theories of man, or examining the recesses of darkness, or maybe they spend their time trying to tie the two together. But I am speaking in the authority of our Creator, Yahweh Elohim, to tell you that this focus is not the path to truth. You will not learn the truth by looking at the darkness. The red pill that is spoken of in the Matrix movie is just another one of Satan's cubes. It is part of his prison system. If you want the truth that will set you free, you have to hunger and thirst for our Creator's righteousness and hunger and thirst for his kingdom. And you have to enter into a covenant with him to be made in his likeness, or to be as he is. This is why you were created. And he will give you the truth that will deliver you out of Satan's matrix. Anything else but the truth is just one of Satan's cubes in his matrix. In this movie, he also mocks the blissfulness of being under our Creator's wings of protection by saying that the blue pill that leads to the blissfulness is ignorance, and that it is the illusion. He knows that he has people trapped in his illusions of truth, and that his illusions represent the true ignorance, but he mocks the true bliss of our Creator's plan, and what our Creator's plan offers, by tying in the bliss with his traps. And it uses the symbolism of blue. I think that's interesting as well, because the blue, of course, our Creator has that as a symbol of his commandments, and the red is a symbol of his Son's blood. So it's interesting the colors he chose. The true bliss comes from being set free from Satan's illusions, and not by staying in them. So the bliss is found outside of the prison, and not in it, nor examining in it. You're examining it, you're in it to be examining it. You just don't realize it. This is what Yeshua meant when he said that he came so that we would have life more abundantly. He wants to give us the true bliss of life. Like I said, I have not watched the movie, and I will not, but I suspect that he mixed in some other part truths in it, just like he did with the red and blue pill. And he likes to pervert things. He likes to pervert our Creator's symbolism. He always does like to mix in truth and to mock it. The red and the blue pills are a complete perversion of reality, and they play into Satan's hands to keep people in the bondage of his distractions. His distractions take our minds off of what separates us. They take our minds off of what separates us from our Creator. We are separated from him when we transgress his path, so our focus must be on his path so that we do not transgress against him. This is why Satan wants to keep our eyes off of his path. And his distractions take our eyes and our minds off of his path. Many remain in Satan's matrix because either they live in the cube of complacency, or they have incorporated this cube of complacency into their more elaborate network of cubes that they have custom designed to fit their desires. Complacency is the realm that everything is all right in our own world, we feel, and that this and this is a bad cube indeed. Like I said, Satan mixes in some truth. We need to fear not being found in our Creator's favor so that we examine ourselves. If we do not have this fear, our complacent attitude allows for Satan to keep us in his matrix. My review of this movie shows that those who took the blue pill had an attitude of complacency, and this is not good, but this part truth sets up a trap for the red pill. There is another danger. You do not have this, if you do not have this complacent cube to stay in his matrix, and you're wanting to fight to get out of it, you can hunger and thirst for the distractions and keep taking detour after detour within his matrix. And this is just another cube. You have to flee from the distractions of his cubes and let your eye be single on your Creator's light. The red pill represents the knowledge of evil, but not the knowledge of the light that is the truth that sets us free. It represents a counterfeit or a distraction to the truth that we need to have in order to be delivered out of his matrix. And we'll give you another example of how Satan hijacks the truth and builds a cube from it. Many have come to understand that Saul of Tarsus is a false apostle, and this is very good. Yet knowing this cannot become your focus. And I speak that he is false in nearly every one of these videos, but are all of his errors my focus? No, we believe our Creator's word that testifies to that he is false, and then we warn others that he's false, and we stay away from his teachings. I have seen knowing that Saul is false become many people's focus, and they are not focused on the truth that sets us free. They're absorbed in the fact that Saul is false. Saul being false is truth, and we need to know that he is false, yet it is not the truth that delivers us. Satan turns things like this into cubes. Another example is the Torah. I speak in all of these videos that we have to learn the Torah and or speak of it, and most of the videos anyhow, probably some other videos are centered around this theme, but maybe don't mention it directly. But anyway, and we're to walk with our Creator on his Torah, and it needs to be our focus because it is our Creator's path. That Satan has made a cube out of the do's and the don'ts of the Torah. He accomplishes this by excluding what our Creator's Torah was sent to accomplish in us, and he excludes the weightier matters of it. And sometimes he has his followers custom design new cubes out of part truths of our Creator's Torah. This is what he did with all of man's religions. He led people to take part truths or a truth here and there and make more cubes for his matrix out of these part truths and mixed in lies with the truth. The religions of man are Satan's cubes that are in his matrix. Flee from them. Diligently seek the truth while it still may be found. Believe your Creator, and believing him starts with believing that you were created for a purpose. Seek out his purpose, because this purpose is his will or his desire for you. Stop taking the blue pill or the red pill and start feeding off of his unleavened bread of life. Both the red pill and the blue pill are the bread of men, and they came from their father the devil, the cube builder. The false cube builder, that is. His cubes are counterfeits and mockeries to our Creator's cube that keep people distracted. The scriptures speak of the New Jerusalem being a cube, so Satan loves to put this symbolism into his perversions of the truth. Actually, he made a cube out of this truth because there are many who are turned away from looking at the truth, who have been turned away from looking at the truth because they see Satan's mockery of the cube, so that they think that the cube is satanic. I marvel at this. There are at least a couple of people who think that I am satanic because I sometimes use a screen transition that is in Microsoft's PowerPoint program that I use to make these videos that has a honeycomb in it. They say that the honeycomb is a six-sided figure that is inside of the Star of David. They say that this honeycomb is the six-sided figure that's in the Star of David, so therefore I'm sent from Satan, is their reasoning. They think this because Satan uses five-pointed stars in his other false religions, along with how he uses his cubes and such. And these people who do think this are the ones who are really serving their father Satan, because they are leading others away from our Creator's truth that He is restoring through me. Can you see how clever he is? Cubes are not satanic. Satan uses them to mock our Creator's New Jerusalem and to mock His use of numbers in revealing the perfection of His plan. Other symbols are not evil either. Evil is evil, not symbols. The darkness is evil. Satan's use of symbols are just him mocking our Creator or setting up his cubes. There are no mystical powers in symbols. Satan has set up many cubes associated with symbolism. His captives are busy dancing between these cubes, thinking that they are truthers because they took his red pill. The truth that sets us free has nothing to do with numerology or symbolism. What I speak today has nothing to do with the screen transition I use between some slides. It's just insanity to think that. If you think that it does, you are deep down a rabbit hole. I suggest that you come out while you still can. You will find the true bliss in the truth that will set you free. It is not found in understanding the rabbit holes. Our Creator's 7 spirits will let you see the rabbit trails and the rabbit holes that they lead to, so that you do not look into them, because He knows that they will distract you. And He knows that they will keep you from focusing on why He created you. He created you to be as He is, and understanding the rabbit holes is not His method of programming us. His Torah and walking with Him with His 7 spirits is His method of programming us, and His 7 spirits will keep you away from the rabbit holes. Understanding the rabbit holes is Satan's method of keeping your eyes turned away from the truth. The rabbit holes are lies. They are not the truth. Even if they are real, they are still based on lies, and no lie is of the truth, so they are not the truth. And you gave the example of Saul of Tarsus being false. This can become a rabbit hole even though it's definitely a truth that you need to know. It's real and it's certainly true, but it is not the truth that sets us free. The truth is a narrow path that leads us to a narrow gate, and it is not found in Satan's matrix. The truth is found on the narrow path, and it is only found on the narrow path. Leave the prison and don't look back. Spit out your blue pill and spit out your red pill and eat the bread of life. Your Creator says, "Come out of the matrix, my people, and come to my path, and I will deliver you."